Hi everyone, Selamat Sejahtera to Prof. Ismail, Dr. Lee, Madam Surat, and to those friends who are watching this video. So I'm Hui Ching, and today I'm going to share about my design proposal in Project 2, where the site location is located in my neighborhood area. So without further ado, let's get started now. Firstly, I will start my sharing with a brief introduction on the selected site. So the selected site is in Padang Taman Melaka Baru, a public park which is located in Batu Berendam, Melaka. And the site area is around 16,000 meters square, where I can see a lot of potential opportunities can be developed in this space. Alright, so for the design concept, I aim to create Padang Taman Melaka Baru into a place where it fits into community needs. At the same time, it can enhance social and environmental sustainability. And then for the objective, so through social aspect, I wish to enhance human interactions and develop the sense of belonging. So why I say so? Because through my previous observation, I noticed that the sense of belonging among the community in this area is still lacking because there are certain issues like vandalism keep happening in this area. And then we move on to environmental aspect. So for environmental aspect, I wish to restructure the space in order to enhance biodiversity. Alright, so we move on to the concept. So I plan to use bee throughout my design idea. Yeah, because bee actually symbolize community, brightness, personal power, as well as teamwork, which I find it is quite similar and aligned with my design objective and design aim. Alright, and then for the right part, here is my functional diagram, my initial functional diagram, where I plan to separate these spaces into different area with different functional purpose. Alright, and then we move on to the next slide. So after going through the functional diagram, here comes the conceptual diagram, where a more detailed circulation in this area is developed, as well as spatial array division. So here are some of my design idea where I found it online. Alright, and then we move on to the next slide. Yeah, so after going through the design idea, design concept, functional diagram, and a conceptual plan, here comes with my prelim master plan together with the concept. So before we start explaining the concept, so here comes with the growth process of bee. So basically, my design idea is actually inspired by the growth process of bee. Yeah, so as you can see here, this area is actually a kindergarten. Alright, so I plan to design a children play area and a schoolyard garden just around the kindergarten. And these two areas actually indicates a cocoon, whereby children are being protected by the nature and adults. So children are like a cocoon in the beehive, and at the same time, in the beehive, it serves as a space for them to learn and grow. All right, and then we move on to another part of the design. So if you notice these three spatial area, you will see that their shape, the shape of the spatial area is actually inspired by the shape of a bee. Yeah, so basically, this space is served as a crop selection area, and then followed by allotment garden and corn maze. All right, so basically why I see these spaces are indicated as a bee, because these spaces serve as a place where it requires teamwork and efforts from the communities in order to protect their hive and collect nectar. All right. So at the same time, it also brings a meaning of they need to protect the children. All right, which symbolize the cocoon in a beehive, which is this area. All right. So in this area, it is also a spaces where enhanced biodiversity, whereby this area will be utilizing different plants for bee to collect their pollen, to collect their food. And then different types of activities can be done in the spaces which can improve human interactions. So for example, in the corn maze here, it serves as a play space for adult. And then for the allotment garden, it serves as a touch point for the communities to increase their food literacy as well. Alright, and then for the crops collection area, it also serves as a gathering area for the communities. Alright, then we move on to the last part of the area planning. So this area is an empty lawn which indicates flowers pollen, whereby in this area different flowering plants will be planted along the walkway to attract bees. Yeah, so here comes the prelim master plan with the explanation of every area. So as you can see here, the place which marked in 1. So this area is actually the main entrance where we will construct a welcoming signboard and a beehive-shaped pergola to create a sense of welcoming. And then after they go in from the entrance, there are walkway which surrounded the 7 main spaces in this area, whereby visitors can visit the main spaces along the walkway. At the same time, it also serves as a walkway for the visitors to exercise around, to cycle around. Alright. And then after they go in from the main entrance, there are a corn maze, and then surrounded by there are actually, if you notice in the plane here, there are 3 mini decking tower will be constructed surrounded in the corn maze area, whereby people can actually go up to the decking tower and look through the scenery, look through the plan of the park. Alright, and then after the corn maze garden, there is an allotment garden just beside the corn maze garden. So in this area, variety types of edible gardens will be planted in the planting bed. Alright, and then we move on to the 4th area, which is the crops collection area and gathering space. So in this space, it actually serves as a sharing space between the schoolyard garden and the allotment garden. So after they harvest their crops, they can just gather their crops in this area, as well as have a small gathering in this space. Alright, and then we followed by the 5th space, which is schoolyard garden. This is to enhance the food literacy of children. And then the 6th space is children adventure area, which is a space for children to play by utilizing different natural resources. So for example, there's an opportunity for them to climb the tree and to cross the tree. Alright. And then the play amenities in this area are actually inspired by cocoon and beehive in this area, which indicates they need to be protected. Alright, and then the 7th space marked as the lawn and relaxing area. So in this space, they can carry out whatever activities they wish to carry out. And then it's mainly for visitors to chill and relax. And there are different shelters and seating spaces are constructed together with flowering plants. So the seating area is located in the middle of the park because through this they can enjoy the scenery of the park. Alright, and then we move on to the next slide. So here are some of the design structure in the respective areas. Yeah, so you can see for the main entrance, we will have entrance signage and beehive-shaped gazebo, and then allotment garden planting bed are needed, and then crops collection area and gathering space, there will be a concrete walkway flank. And then for children adventure area, there are 3 design structure, which is treetop net bridge, whereby children can just play around and play with the natural resources, like they can cross the trees with the treetop net bridge, and a wooden cocoon, as well as the beehive climbers and slides. Alright, and then we move on to the next slide. So basically here are some of the proposed softscapes in respective areas. So yeah, you can see here different kinds of flowering plants are proposed to be planted in this area. Is actually to enhance biodiversity. At the same time, it can serve as a food resource for the bees. Alright, and then for the allotment garden, more of the proposed plants are actually herbs and some vegetables. Alright, and then for schoolyard garden, all the proposed plants are actually vegetables because it's good to let the children know some of their food resource. Alright, and then we move on to the next slide. So here comes with the sectional elevation. There are a total of 4 sectional elevations in this proposal. So the first area is the area between Allotment Garden and the mini decking tower. Alright, and then the second space is actually the relaxing area, the lawn, which is the empty space. And then we move on to the third place, which is from the main entrance, the view from the main entrance, as well as the section from the children adventure area. Yeah, so for children adventure area, all these elements are actually like what I mentioned just now is actually inspired by Cocoon and Beehive. So yeah, you can see here there will be a treetop net bridge will be constructed above the tree trunk area, whereby they can just cross the area. And then for the Beehive climbers and slide is actually inspired by the rock climbing as well. So I make it into a beehive shape, as well as the wooden cocoon here, so they can just like play around in this area. So yeah, I think that's all for my presentation, and thank you for watching this video.